Celsius has applied for Chapter 11, and this is a bankruptcy system that will allow Celsius to recover, but things are not as easy as they sound. And with all of you Celsius holders, including me, I'm going through all of this in today's video. I'm going to keep you all informed because there could be a very slight chance that your savings are not 100% lost. Even though withdrawals still don't work on Celsius and the situation is pretty bad, keep watching this video till the end. I'm going through all of it and let's dive right in. First off, let's watch Chapter 11 explanation for all of you that are not informed and that don't know what Chapter 11 is. Later on, we are going through official statements as well as some of the speculations that are going around if Celsius has even money to pay back all of the people who have invested and have their money locked on the platform. There's also a statement from the lawyer if you can get your money back, but everything will be covered in today's video. Let's start first with the explanation.
Celsius initiated a financial restructuring process and filed Chapter 11 to preserve assets on its platform and maximize value for all stakeholders, including its entire customer community. So what is Chapter 11? Chapter 11 is a process that allows companies to reorganize their financial obligations while operations continue.
So basically, Chapter 11 is a way where Celsius has time to actually recover from all of this, search for some new investors or someone that can back them up.
In other words, Chapter 11 will provide Celsius with breathing room to focus on formulating a plan of reorganization. The goal is to formulate and confirm a plan of reorganization that can provide for the distribution of value to Celsius's customers and other creditors. The plan of reorganization will be negotiated between Celsius and, among others, a committee of unsecured creditors.
So here's the thing, I'm not gonna watch it till the end. Also, there's one big thing that I want to mention is that some of the biggest organizations have filed for Chapter 11. Some of them are American Airlines, Delta, General Motors, and this is not something totally new. The problem is, even if Celsius finds a way out of this really bad situation, the thing is that community, like holders like me and you, are going to be paid last, and this is what actually concerns me the most, because they have stated that they need to basically pay all of these salaries first, all of these creditors, debtors, all of the big guys, and then later on in the community, if there's money left, we will get paid. This is the right decision for the community and the company. Alex Mashinsky, co-founder of CEO and Celsius, said, I'm confident that we will take a look back at the history of Celsius. We will see this is a defining moment where acting will resolve and confidence served within the community and strengthen the future of the company. I mean, this is pretty like bold statement, and I wouldn't like too much rely on it because, I mean, it's said by Alex Mashinsky, which is the CEO. Of course, in his best interest is that he calms the community as much as possible, but the problem is still there. For example, Voyager also filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last week. So Chapter 11 in the short terms gives some fresh air and some grace period for the companies while they can recover while going bankrupt. This is the best explanation that you are going to find out of all of them. So here's the actual problem. This is official statement by them, and there's a guy replying, Celsius has 167 million in cash on hand, which is actually in the statement, in the official statement, which will provide ample liquidity to support certain operations during the restructuring process. Is this even enough to return to all investors? If not, what is the percentage like? And there's no speculations about the percentages. The problem is that even with the lawyers, even with the debtors and creditors going to be paid from this money, there's not much left for the actual community. So here's the problem. Celsius customers did not receive critical disclosures about its financial condition, investing activities, risk factors, and ability to repay its obligations to depositors and other creditors. The company's assets and investments are probably inadequate to cover its outstanding obligations, and that's the problem. Also, with company having more than 100,000 creditors, this is going to be a very tough job. Unfortunately, this was expected, it was anticipated. It does not, however, stop our investigations. We will continue investigating the company and working to protect its clients. Of course, I'm not gonna be one of the guys who are going to say to you, okay, not your keys, not your coins, but it really is this way, because even though it sounds pretty hard, this is truth. I mean, they do not have to repay anything because they have stated that if you go and stake or actually even put your coins on the platform, they are not obligated to return it to you in the case of bankruptcy or anything bad happens. Same stuff for Binance, same stuff for Coinbase, which has changed its policy just a few days ago. So we are actually in big trouble because we are not even in legal advantage in terms of getting our money back. So this is the important stuff, guys. I'm a lawyer with a decent chunk of money in Celsius world. I'm not a bankruptcy lawyer by any means, but I speak it better than most non-lawyers. The firm that's handling the bankruptcy are great lawyers, and the filing, press release, and Strata website where you can view the docket. And yeah, here's the official website where you can actually go and see what's going on with full transparency with the Celsius network. Some questions I had now have the beginning of answers, not to answer to how much money might I get back or anything like that, but some relative ones. While I think we all knew the 1.7 million user number was bunk, the filing reveals that there were about 300,000 active users with more than $100. All of us with deposits or loans are unsecured creditors, and that's the big thing. So the bankruptcy filing lists the top 50 unsecured creditors. Some of them are commercial loans, but most of them are marked as customers and are not named. And this last part is crucial. So the big picture, the ultimate goal of Celsius, stated multiple times throughout multiple filings, is to use Chapter 11 to stabilize its business and consummate a comprehensive restructuring transactions that maximizes value for stakeholders. And right here, I am lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer. Generally speaking, someone with assets deposit on Celsius will want to file a proof of claim form with the court. Right here, it says that you should definitely consult with your attorney, especially if you have really big money on the Celsius. Consult with him and see if you can file any type of suing for the Celsius, because this is really bad thing and you are going to get paid last. Also, this is a really scary post by Celsius Ruined Life. Lost it all. This is my last words. I have my entire life savings in Celsius, mid six figures, won't say the exact amount. I have 4 kids in elementary school and a wife that has no idea what I've done. And this is big, guys. This is the most of the people's problem right now, that they have entire life savings on the single platform. Guys, I cannot explain you how bad this is and how scary it is to put all of your assets into a single platform which you do not even possess keys of. So please don't do that. Do instead buy a hardware, cold wallet, put your funds there, stake on multiple websites where not all of your funds are going to be on the same website. Inflation is here. Housing market crashed. This is probably going to take everything down. Recession is already here, and having such a big money on any platform, any crypto platform, is very, very risky. So pick it all up from the platforms, take it on the hardware wallets or any type of cold wallets, so you don't have to end in a situation like this one. I'm no longer able to pay bills, let alone the mortgage. I think this is it for me. It's been a wild ride, but I suppose this is the risk we all take. Greed is certainly a powerful force. No need to write any cope. Our funds are 100% lost. It is actually not true, but very close to true. And we are the last on the list for repayments. That's a big problem actually, and this is the what I was speaking about. Mt. Gox people still haven't been paid yet, although they've been able to recover some of the bitcoins, I want to state that, and they are going to get paid in the August this year. And here's a guy who actually managed to cope with losing everything in crypto, and this is his story of how he managed to get it all back. This is what you can learn most from. So I've been where many of you are right now. I'm future you. In 2018 I lost most of my life savings in the crypto crash, mid six figures, and I know how many of you feel right now, and wanted to share some of the wisdom and what life looked like in the 4 years later. I'm not gonna read the whole article, but you need to accept that loss and start the grieving process. Your money is gone and you'll never get it back. Probably the truth with the Celsius. In 2017, during the Bitcoin hash fork, some exchanges had issues and were only taking deposits and not withdrawals. Lawsuits are scarily long. They can take up to like 2, 4, 10 years, even some. And that's the big problem. Even if you manage to get a lawsuit with the Celsius, the big problem is that they can take up to like 4 years, 6 years for some, and still it doesn't need to guarantee you win. For those that point out that Celsius is a different situation, it doesn't matter. What's important to note is that the end result is the same. The crypto exchanges, coin founders, etc. have never made anybody a whole after a calamitous event. Also, speaking about Alex Mashinsky, I remembered Alex saying he also held his crypto on Celsius, assuming he withdrew before they paused the withdrawals. Is there any way we can confirm this by on-chain data, and would he face legal consequences? I know that people are furious, but this is not going to get your money back, even though it might be like some sort of comfort to see this guy going to the jail or actually getting lawsuits. Just looking at the Celsius coin market cap, we are 20% down. There's 24-hour volume, 300% up by the chapter 11, when basically when they have announced it somewhere around 3 a.m. in the morning on the Central European time. You can see that we have 300% volume up, and this is not good. Market cap is lower any day, but the real problem is that people will not get their funds back, and they are last on the list to get their funds back. That's a really scary thing, and let me know your opinion down in the comments. Let me know your story, and with that said, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day and goodbye.